Okay, good afternoon, all of you. Welcome to the second week, first class. So we will discuss about the more on programs. Once again, I will go to the presentation slides so that whatever the contents we already covered in the last class, just I will finish this. So what is the importance of programming language and what are the rules we have to follow? And why it is called interpreted language, what is the difference between interactive mode and scripting mode, how to save a Python program in script mode, how to comment a line, how to comment a line by using the hash symbol, and how to define the constants, like how to print the constants. Simply you done already this one, you written the fun test also. And I really congratulate the three people like Sudeep, Anya Amudan, and third name, ma? Roll number, yes, please.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Akshaya.
Oh, okay, Akshaya. Sorry. So these three people really, I'm congratulating you for your participation. Like you performed very well also. So variables we already discussed, and how to define the variable, like which way we have to define. We should not use the keywords as a variable name. Let us take, I have the true is my keyword. In the last class I showed some of the keywords, like 32 or 33 keywords are there. I showed some of what are the keywords are there, but we didn't go through in detail about the keywords. We should not use the uh, keywords as a variable name. It should not begin with the numbers, or you can see here, right? It should not begin with the numbers. It should not begin with the symbol. It should not be like a point. We should not give the variable name like this. So this is different. Capital letters, that means it is a case sensitive. And what is the like operators? The next concept is very important one. What are the operators we have? Like three different operators. That is arithmetic operator, relational operator, and the third one is Boolean operators. Right? So now anyway we know that division, whenever we are performing the division, we will get the floating point. Now we already discussed all these things. You just kindly go through the PPT so that you will learn what are the contents we already covered. And the type of the numbers, we know that integer, float, and the strings. So these are the basic types. In the later on, we will get few more types of the integers. Sorry, few more data types we are using in the Python programming. Now, how to convert the one type to another type? That implicit conversion, explicit conversion is there. Implicit conversion, what is meant by implicit conversion? What is meant by explicit conversion? So can anyone tell me what is meant by implicit and explicit?
So implicit, we have to define, and explicit automatically defines the
Okay.
interpreter.
Okay, fine. Let us go to the some example I will tell you. Yes. For example, 1 by 4. 1 by 4. What is the value of 1 by 4?
0.25.
0.25. So what I thought, no? So I want to remove the decimal points. That means I want to convert that to integer. What I will get? If I want to remove the zero of decimal points, that means I want to convert the float to integer. What I will get the answer?
0.
0. Okay, you are confusing with 0.25. Sorry, I will tell like 21.34. What is the value I will get?
21.
21. 21.75. What is the value I will get?
20.
Round figure. Just you do the round figure. Okay, 22.75. If you type in the 22.75, I want to round it off 23, we will get. See, in this case, what you are missing after the decimal points, whatever the numbers are there, you are missing those numbers, right? You told 21.34. I'm repeating that 21.34 I am writing. If you round figure that 21.34, you will write 21. What about 0.34? We are ignoring the values, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we have a data loss. 23.25 for any value I'm telling. 23.25 it is there. So 0.25 you are leaving. That means you are ignoring the value and you are printing only 23. Then you have a data loss. So that kind of conversion we are call it as implicit type of conversion. Wherever you are doing the round off, that means wherever you are converting the float to integer. Float to integer, if you are converting, there will be a data loss. That conversion we are call it as implicit conversion. I hope you understand, Noma. Yes. Yes, you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah. For example, if I'm converting string to integer, whether can I convert the string to integer? You can see this example. String of 2, we will get this one, right? Okay, 1 second. Now this 2 is a string. Yes, because it is under the inverted commas. Whenever we are giving anything under the single inverted code or double quotes, it is we are considered as a string. Now int of string, it is giving the 2, right? So these type of conversions we will call it as this type of conversion we are call it as explicit conversion. For example, integer is the lower level, float second higher, string is the third higher level of data types. See, first we will discuss about integers. So it is a lower data, lower type. Second one, float, it is little higher. So third one is more higher, that is called string. So whenever we are converting higher to the lower, that we are call it as explicit conversion. Higher to lower. Implicit means lower to sorry. Yeah, sorry. So float to integer we are converting. So whenever we are converting the float to integer, so that time we will get the some data loss, right? So that type of conversion we are call it as implicit conversion. Whenever you are converting the string to integer or string to float, these type of conversions we are call it as explicit conversion. Anyway, later once again we will discuss when the topic it will come in the next upcoming topics. So there we will discuss more about the how to do the type conversion. Okay, fine. Now I told what are the different type. 2 by 3. What is the integer type? 0. Integer type is 2 double divided by 3. I will write in the program so that you will understand. So 2%3 is the remainder. Anyway, you know these things, right? Float value. And for example, 4 by 0, 4.0 by 3.0. So we are dividing the two different, two are the float points. And now you see that 1 is integer, 4 is integer, 3.0 is float. We will get the float is the answer, right? 1.33 only. And the second one we will consider it as Boolean expressions. Okay, relational operators we will use here. Okay, now 2 is less than 3. True or false? Roll number 3. Roll number 3. Can you tell 2 is less than 3? True or false, ma? Okay, roll number 5.
Yes,
Whether
sir.
it's true or false.
Yes. Sir, it is true.
2 greater than 3?
False.
Yeah, similar way, 2 equal to 3. False. 2 is not equal to 3?
True.
Yes, correct. Now, this one, 2 less than or equal to 3, it's a true. 2 greater than or equal to 3 is a true. So this one we are call it as Boolean expressions, or we can say relational operators. Right? So whatever the operators we are using in the Python, so basically we have the arithmetic operators. We already discussed that: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, power also. And here we are comparing the operators with the true or false we are giving, comparating operators. And next one, like here, one more Boolean operators. Truth table, you know, right? And, or, not to, and all these things are important. These three are very important. These we are called as logical operators. If 1, 2 is less than 3 and 3 is less than 4, if these two are correct, anyway, you know the truth table, right? And truth table, 1, 1. What is the roll number 12? Roll number 12, are you there, ma? Roll number 12. Roll number 15. Okay, fine. Roll number 17. Okay, I will call whoever is available, I will call them. Anurag.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whenever we are using the under table, if you go to the under table, 1, 1, what is the output?
1.
Yes, ma'am. So now I will write here. So you have 1, I will write here 1, 1, output is 1. 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So 0, 0, 0. This is the under table, right? So that means both should be true. If both should be true, then only the output is true. Anyway, these basic things already you know that. I don't want to explain, go in detail about this. You know this. And are, like, if both are like false are true. False means 0 or 1. 0 or 1 means definitely it is R table. It is 1. I will tell you. In R table, what is the truth table? 1, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, it is 1. 0, 0, it is 0. So this is the R table. I think already you know this. That's why I'm not explaining. I'm not going in detail about that. We will see that whether this will work or not. We will see in the program. Okay, these are the some of the keywords you have to be remember: true, false, and, class, from, are. So these are the keywords we should not use in as a variable. Sir, I will use lambda is equals to some to 0.5. Can we use this one? No, because lambda is a keyword in the Python. It will give anyway error. It will give immediately. You have to rectify that. Except, sir, if I give that lambda in another way, LAM DBA I will give. Yeah, you can use that. LAM BDA, that is the keyword. You can use in another way for your understanding purpose. Okay, fine. Now we will go to programming window. I will open the programming window. Please, all of you have a look on this. Here, whenever you open the idle, you will get the version and all. Anyway, I already explained this. Now, if you want to type anything here, you can type, or you can go to the file. You can see this one number, no new file. Now, whatever I'm typing, can you see, or I need to increase the font size? Please tell me. I need to increase the font size, or it is okay?
We can see, sir. It is visible.
Okay, fine. Okay, some more I will keep. Okay. Now, first thing, you have to save the file, save the file. I already told, create one folder for you. Like I created my file, new folder. So I created new folder. You can create based on your roll numbers. So now I will give the Python program 1.py, or we can say operators. No, so one underscore operator. We will discuss operators. Operators. You can give, no issue with that. Right. First I saved the file. I mean I saved that .py extension. Now first I want to explain the few more thing about print of. If I, 1 second, you can see the output here only, right? So print of 1, 2, 3, I told. So how many times you will say, sir, this one already we are aware of, very, I mean, we are very good about this one. Hello world. Now, if I run this program, I will get here it is hello 1, 2, 3, hello world. Now, for example, it's a beautiful day. I want to write, I want to write this one. So whether this program will execute or it will give error.
Sir, it will. I mean, there will be an error, sir.
It will give an error because here it is showing invalid syntax. Because see, single inverted comma we are giving, here single inverted comma we are ending in between the print. So we should not use the like this. If I want to use that, then use this slash command. /, you use this. Now run this one. You will see that it's a beautiful day. Sir, I don't want to use this forward slash or backward slash. What I have to do? To use the double quote instead of single quote, I will use the double quote. Now it will run that. You see that it will run, right? Sir, how to know whether it is no error or not? Simply you can say that whatever you are writing in inside the bracket, it will give another color. So this is a simple thing. Sir, for example, if I will give double quote here, whether it will give a error or print. So definitely it will give error. For that case, again I have to give the forward this one. Now this one will execute. So these are the basic thing I want to tell you. Now we will go for the additional operator, additions. That means arithmetic operators we will discuss. Right? First. Right? X is equals to sum 10. No need to give semicolon, colon and all. Simply y is equals to 25. Right? Now what I want to do, print, I want x plus y. Again, I want x minus y, x divided by y. So this will give the float. I will write here, comment is float division. Or you can write here, no issue with that. Float division. Next, print x double divided by y. That means integer. We are dividing integer. So int division. For our understanding. Now division over. Next one, print. What we will print next? Coefficient we will print. Okay, a product. Print x into y. Sorry, here x into y. Right? So you can give the space also, no issue with that. If you are giving the space, that will be look good. If you're not giving, no issue with that. But don't give the space between the this double divided by. There you don't give. Okay. Now here it is product anyway, you know that. So print of x power y. X power y. Right? So now if I run this program, yeah, you can see this. You can keep the program here, x plus y. So 10 plus 25, you know that 10 minus 5, 15. So divided by, it will give the 10 divided by 25 is 0.4. Integer of the division is, it will take round figure 0.4. And 250, 10,000. Okay, now if I take here 12. If I take 12 here, see, sir, it is showing 0.8. You are telling like round figure we need to do. It should give 1. No, it won't give 1. Whatever that before the decimal point is there, that it will consider as integer. Okay, sir. Now you told the how to do the addition, subtraction and all. Right. Now I want to give my input. I don't want to take your input, whatever you are giving. Right. Addition. I will give like subtraction and sorry, product. This is for my understanding. For every like comment, if I write means okay, wow, for this operation I did like this power. So division only we have the two things, and reminder also you can keep. Print x percent y. So you can keep this one as reminder. Yes, all of you can see this one, right? Sorry. You can see this one, no, ma'am? Everyone? See, 35 people are there. Yes, sir. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Sir, why we are not including any header files? Yes, Kirti, good question. Because in the Python program, because no, in the header file like dot include stdioh dot include something in the C program, we are very good aware of that programs, right? In that we are including the whatever the headers. That means it will import from there. For example, sir, I want to print pi. What it will show? See, it is showing pi is not there. Where you are searching, it is a Python, it is not like a C program. For this one, we want the header file. What she asked, no, that is correct. For if you particularly, if you want the pi value, I will tell, for example, import math. That means I need to import some library. In that library, I need to print math.py. So what she asked, sir, header files is not there, not required in the Python. That is the main advantage. Now, sorry, here I should not give the space. See, pi value it is printed. So why the header, this one we will discuss later. Why the header files are not required? It is user friendly. So whatever the commands you are giving, you are directly doing, just simply like how you are writing English, or how you will do that general way in notes, how you will write, do the addition, how you will do the addition. In the same way, only we are entering here print command, that's all. It is easy, you know, right, Noma? I think you understand, Kirti?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Please ask some questions so that I can feel that you are following my class. Okay, fine. Now, sir, you given the x equal to 10, y equal to 12. I don't want this x equal to 10 and y equal to 12. I want my input of, like, it will give the prompt. That means whatever the thing you are giving here, enter value of x. Space you give. Input of whatever the input you are giving means it is taking externally. It will ask you like what is that, like prompt, or we can say pop-up. It will give the pop-up. So you give the x value. In the same way, I will copy this one and I will paste here. Input, enter value of y. Now I will run this program. It is asking for enter the value of x, right? I will give like 12. Sorry, I need to, yes, 12, 10. Then it is telling like print x minus y. One second. Enter the value of x, enter the value of y.
Sir, it's taking in a string, no, sir?
No,
Not as integers.
no, ma, it is not taking like yes, correct, ma, thank you. So int of we have to take, correct. So we have to give then int of, right? Yes, who told that one? Now you can respond, ma. You get it. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yes, Anya. Okay, fine, ma. Now it is taking like an integer, sorry, string, because whatever we are giving here, it is a string. We have to convert that string into integer. Now it will run. Yes. Now x value is 10, y value is 12. See that? See what is 22, what is minus 2, what is these values. So we will write in a different way. Now I will write. Here again I will include x plus y is equals to comma x plus y. That means whatever the string we are giving, this will print, which is equals to whatever the thing we are giving, it will print. Now in the similar way, I will write here for every print command. Here x minus y is equals to, here x divided by y is equals to, I need to give comma, again it will give error. Okay, x divided by y is equals to, and x double divided by integer. The same way, x product x percent y, I will do that. Yes. Now you see this. Enter the value of x, 10. Enter the value of y, 12.0 I will give. Now it is showing like, why it is showing like the error?
Because we have given only int, sir, as input while we are programming.
So now, again I will run this one. I will give the 10 to, sorry, 10, 10 I'm given now. 1 second. Here I forgot to give equal to also. Equal to. One thing I want to tell you, we have to do the mistakes when we are writing the program. Then only we can learn. Okay, fine. So I will give 10 and 12. See, x plus y is equals to 22, x minus y, x divided. This one we got. Now, that's what I told. If I give like 12.0, if I want to give, like here I given like 10. If I give 12.0, it is showing error. Because what type of error it is giving? Value error. This is very important. Value error. How to rectify this? Invalid literal for int of. Anyway, you know that once you read that error, you can solve this one. Okay, so this is our first arithmetic operators. Right? Next one, we will do some comparative operators program. In the same way, file anyway I saved. One more file I will open. File, new file I will open. This will, I'll close. See, whenever I did the mistake, please remind me, because I am not good at programming like you. Okay, fine. Okay, now we will do like x is equals to. So int of input of this one. So in that, whatever the thing you are entering, that's your wish. You can enter or you can leave that blank. No issue with that. Enter value of x. Fine. In the same way, you can write for y also. Right? You can see this one on screen, right? Okay. X equal to some integer value I'm entering, y equal to some integer value I'm writing. Now, I told we have like comparative operators, that is x greater than y, x less than y and all. Now, print of x greater than y. Similar way, x less than y. So I will give some space here so that easily it will be visible. Less than y. And whenever we are giving this is very important. X is equals to y, don't write. Okay. If I write this, what will happen? We will see this. Okay. Enter value of x. Yes, I'm entering the value of 10. To enter the value of 10, sorry. See here, it is showing first two commands, it is executed. First two commands, it is executed. It is showing that what type of error it is. X is an invalid keyword argument for print. Why the error is coming here? Please tell me, anyone.
It's like assigning.
It's like
We are assigning x is equal to y.
x, very good. We are assigning whatever the y value to the x, but we are not performing the equal operation. Yes, correct, ma'am. So that's why I am telling, please keep on telling me, then only I will learn from you. Okay, x equal to y. Now you run this program, enter the value of 12, 10. You will see, you will get that answer is. So if it is a true, it will give the true. Otherwise, it will give the false. Now,
So,
yes, ma'am.
so what's the meaning of that error, sir? That X is an invalid keyword.
X
argument
is
to print.
an invalid keyword. That's what you told, no? Like is equals to is for assigning a variable. For example, if you take this command print x equal to y, here x equal to y means we are assigning the y value, whatever the y value is there, you are assigning the x equal to y,
Yes.
right? So it is like we have the symbols and symbol and the keywords, right? In that symbol, equal to is for assigning a variable. That's what keyword argument. So this is not the correct, I mean, syntax error. Simply we can say syntax error. Now, for example, if I will give print x equal to 10, what it will print? Whether it will print or not. See? Don't print of x equal to 10. Sir, if I want to print that, what I have to do? You need to write this x equal to 10 here. You need to give print x. Let us take 100. Now you have to print only the variable. You should not like print keyword. Print is like a keyword. It will take only the argument. I think you understand, Amma?
Yes, sir.
It is a keyword. It will take only the arguments. Here the argument is x. And x equal to y is a expression. Don't include the expression inside the print command. That's what the error meaning. I hope now what is the x value it will show? 100, because we are assigning the x equal to 100. So I hope you understand this. So then I want to make the two variables are equal. Then what I have to do? Double equal to I have to do. This one you have to remember. Print x equal to y. Then print not command, not how to I will do x is not equal to y. X is not equal to, not means this one, not equal to y. And print greater than or equal to, less than or equal to is there, no? That also we can do. Now the question is, sir, whether we need to include greater than or equal to greater than. Now you check this. What it is showing? We have to give equal to greater than or equal to.
Greater than or equal to.
See, that's why I'm telling always we need to get before when we are in the beginning, we need to get more errors. We have to understand that how to learn, how to program the Python and all, easy way. So we have to use the greater than or equal to. Later, if you write a big program, then it is easy for you, less than or equal to. Right? So print x less than or equal to v done, x greater than or equal to v done. Right? So these are the comparative operators, or we can say relational operators. As I told, we will give some string before this so that it is easy to recognize what is this like that. Right? I will give x greater than y is true or false, it will give. Okay, fine. I'll copy this one only. X less than y. I will share the program with you, don't worry. X, no need to write here double equal to here. Because it is a string. So, but here we have to not equal to, we have to write. Next. Now, x is greater than or equal to x is less than or equal to. Right? Now, if you run the program, I write 13, 15. Now see that x greater than y is false, x less than y. You know that, right? Whether it is greater value or lesser value like that. So 13 is less than 15. So that is only correct. So second one is correct. So this is my second operator. Next, I will go with logical operators. Logical operators, I already told, AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate. These three we will discuss here. Now, so this one also, the second program I done, and I will open the new program. Like, I will save this file as 3.py, 3 opera operators .py. So xy I will copy. Now, like we are printing the print of some operator. We are printing AND. AND means definitely there will be a one logic here, here one logic, and here one more logic should be there. Then only it will check whether first logic is correct. Then I will go to the second one. Then I will check the truth table. So for truth table, I will write here because I don't know like what is the truth table. So truth table, I know that 1,
Excuse me,
1.
sir.
Yes, ma.
Sir, like how many ever the inputs we are taking, that many statements which we should give, sir.
Not yes, ma.
Like,
Yeah, yes. X, Y, Z, P,
won't
Q,
it
R,
be
S.
like lengthy, like than the C programming?
Yeah, it is there, ma. In the next classes we will study about that. For example, no, you are telling like X is varying from 0 to 10, 0 to 100, like that you are telling, no?
No, sir. I'm saying about the input variables, sir. X and Y.
X and Y?
Like, if suppose if I want 2 more variables as input, then again 2 more variables I should declare.
Yes, ma. 2 more things you have to declare, right? In C program, what it is there?
So that was just like int will give and then x comma y comma z, like that we give.
No. Here also no need to type int and all. This is like, see, no need to give this int command. Here only you will give, right? Declare, here only you declare. Who will ask? No one will ask, right? Here only give x equal to, y equal to 13. Anyway, in the C programming, wherever the programming, you will declare that x equal to what is that, x equal to what, y equal to what, z equal to what. So you will write like that only, right?
Yes, sir.
But here what, why I am telling int of means in the program itself, you can see here in the left side, enter the value of x. So it is easy to view that one. Okay, x I entered 13, y I entered, sorry, I need to give y there. Y enter 15. So whether these two are verified or not. So that thing we have to look in. That's all. Directly you can declare here only, no need of semicolon. In the C programming, you want semicolon, right? Here, no need of semicolon and all. Right, ma? So, and I will write here and truth table. So, 1 is 1. 1 means 1 is nothing but true. I will write here 1 is true. I will write this one as comment. 0 means false. 0 false. So 1 is 1. Now next 10 is 10. Someone.
Zeros.
Thank you,
Zero.
ma. Thank you. And next 01.
0.
01 also 0 only. Sure. Sure or not? Yes. Why you had lunch, right?
No, sir.
Why this? Someone is sleeping like, huh? Fine. So, fine, ma. See, this is the truth table. Anyway, you know these things, right? Now, first I need to write one logic, and later I need to write one more logic. Then only it will execute. Now, for example, x and y I will take here. X and y. I will save this one. Okay, 3 dot already I saved that. Okay, enter the value of x 12, 13. What it is showing?
Spelling wrong.
Oh, fine, fine. Print. Enter the value of x. See, x and y, it is showing 13. What does it mean? What does it mean? X and y, if I'm... Okay, fine. Later we will discuss about that, why it is showing like that. Now, we will verify, we will give some logic and we will verify that instead of integer, I will take the only string. Instead directly I will write here it is true or false I will take. This one is true, y is false. I will check that. First truth table we will check, later we will see that why it is giving that one and this one. Okay, anyway true is not required. X, here y. Now so whenever we are giving that x equal to true, y equal to false, true, false, the output is false. In the similar, we can write here single inverted comma x and y colon ends comma x and y. Fine. Now you know how to do this one, right? Next, for example, I will define here x and y. 1 second. I will write this one is here. True, I will write. Anyway, it will like, we are just checking that truth table, whether it will work or not. Just, yeah, it will give that. Before that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, we have CIP from 3 o'clock. So can we end the class now?
Yeah, because no, you joined like 3 o'clock. Sorry, 2 o'clock you joined. Not you. People are joined. See, please, all of you, once again I'm telling, next class onwards, I will leave you within 2 minutes. Next class onwards, please be joined before the scheduled time. Okay, in the next class, we will discuss the programs in the continuous, whatever we left. So those programs we will discuss, and whatever the programs we discussed in the today's class, I will share with you. Okay. Now I will end the class because you have one more class also.